Well, hello, and welcome to my latest podcast episode. My name is Marta, and I have a very sleepy co host with me here. This is Lachlan. He is now 11 weeks tomorrow. Tomorrow he will be 11 weeks. Today is Thursday, the 1st of February. Start of a new month. Pinch punch, start of the month. And I am breathing on his ears, and it's irritating. Poor wee thing. I have just got him to go to sleep. I think like the last time, if you watched to the very end of my last episode, I put an alternative intro. And I did the same this time. I recorded an intro and then he was just pretty bonkers in it. And it was a bit all over the place. But if you like dogs, you might want to stick around and catch that at the very end of this video. So I have 3 finished objects for you. None of them have got the end sewn in, and I have 2 whips. First finished object I'll show you because he's actually just gone to sleep, so I don't need to move too much. This is my first finished object, and it's not even one that I made. This is one that my mum knitted for me. It is an infinity cowl with a Mobius twist on it, and I am wearing it twice around. It's got an end. Is this it here? I think you can see it here somewhere. There are 2 ends to be sewn in, and I haven't even blocked it. I told my mum that I would block it for her and deal with that final end, but I have just been wearing it straight away. Why not? It's a lovely pattern. The yarn is from Rosie's Moments, and I got it in a Christmas swap, which was organised by Flora Honeypot on Instagram. And I got 2 skeins of yarn from Rosie's Moments. One was a 4-ply sock weight. 4-ply sock weight. 75% merino, 25% nylon in a darker purple. Let's see if I can come up a bit closer. Let you see. And the other skein was a floofy skein. I can't remember its composition. There's the end. And they're not held double. If I show you here, can you see? There's the stitches. Now, the pattern is by Nancy Marchant, and it is in her book called Tuck Stitches. That is all I remember. I don't remember the name of the cowl. And my mum kindly knitted it up for me, and I really like it. It is cosy. It really traps in the air. Oh, sorry, got a train going by. Traps in the air really well, and I am liking that one. Oh, look at this sleeping baby. Sleeping baby. And just like the last podcast, I should have put everything here, but everything goes over this side. So if you give me a minute, I will adjust my sleeping baby and see what I can reach to show you. I'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. So my first finished object is in this lovely tartan bag from Sorry Me. This was in Rachel's Christmas in Scotland box, which I received. I opened it on Christmas Eve. And in here, I'm showing you completely the wrong order. I'm going to show you the work in progresses first. Both of them are knitting, in fact, so you'll have to hang on for the crochet content. So I have in here a sock. I showed this the last time, and I was here at the marker. And now I have worked a good few inches. Puppy, just you stay asleep. It's not that exciting. It probably smells lovely, don't you think? I bet the yarn smells really yummy. Yeah. It does smell slightly sheepy. So this is 75% nylon, 75% superwash, 25% nylon. And the yarn is from Steampunk Sheep Yarns. Let's get this way around. Oh, tickling. And I'm using a pattern by Caitlin Barthold, and it is the Autumn Berries pattern, which you can find in the Sock Knitting Bible by Lynn Rowe. So the pattern is in there. I've worked quite a lot. I think I've done about 5 or 6 repeats since I last showed you. I'm using this gorgeous yarn in a pine tree colourway. It is lovely and squishy, and it's got just a nice little bit of variegation through it. So it's not quite solid. And I think it's working up really well for that pattern. So I've only just taken that project up again. So I started the project on Boxing Day. That was my Boxing Day cast on. And I worked on it furiously until I started the cardigan, which I'm going to show you in a minute, at which point it promptly got dumped. And then I picked it up again the other day because I have reached the sleeves on my cardigan, and I thought, let's get one sock finished before we continue with the cardigan. So that is my plan. I'm going to finish that sock and then I can get back to the cardigan. I promised myself that because the socks are a present for my dad, whose birthday is in the middle of March. So I do need to get them finished. And now that I'm back in it, it's so funny when I picked it up again. I don't think I'd worked it for about 3 weeks. I picked it up and the needles felt tiny because my cardigan is somewhere between a DK weight and an Aran weight. So the needles for the 4-ply, especially as I'm using quite small ones, I'm using 2.25mm needles, and they just felt so tiny in my hands, and it took me a while to get back into that project. But I got there, and remember what the lace pattern was and where in the pattern I was, and I think if you were watching the last one, a few stitches had come off the needle and that took me a while to sort. In retrospect, I should probably have just put in a safety line and then gone back. That would have been easier than me trying to work out lace and decreases and picking up the stitches. There's only 4 stitches, fortunately. It does look a little bit wobbly, but we have the right amount of stitches. It'll be okay. Did I mention the needles? 2.25s, and they are the Leica driftwood needles, which I love. I have a set of their Tunisian interchangeables, which I absolutely am over the moon with. Haven't done any Tunisian crochet for a while. That should be next on my to-do list. Pick up another Tunisian pattern. And I will, yeah, so I thought I'd try just the double pointeds in the same. They're the Leica driftwood 2.25s, and they're quite short ones. Those ones have to be, that's why stitches can sometimes come off. Right, little one seems a bit more settled. I will show you my cardigan. Oh no, he's not. This is probably what he really wants to smell. Yeah, and eat. Gentle. My cardigan. Yeah, you probably see the ball as well. There. So this is my cardigan. I have reached, oh, this is the wool that I am left with. There was I could see that there was a join coming up. I had this all wound. I could see there was a join, so I had to cut anyway. No, I had to keep this yarn on the needles. It said do not break the yarn, but I could see there was a join, and I thought if I take it to the join and then start the sleeves with the piece that I've just popped on the floor. So I'm up to, little puppy, let me show you. I am up to the underarm. Of course, I've been talking the whole time, I've been thinking that I would be splitting for the sleeves because I think this is the first time I have worked a bottom-up cardigan in either crochet or knitting. And it's not quite that way. I've looked at the pattern, I think I've got my head around it. So I think I now knit 2 sleeves from the cuff up. And then when I've got my 2 sleeves, we then somehow incorporate them into here, I guess, knit along a bit and then do the sleeve and then back to this. If you've ever knitted a bottom-up cardigan or crocheted a bottom-up cardigan, let me know, am I on the right track? Because the pattern assumes that you know what you're doing, and I clearly do not. But I'm just going to follow the instructions. That's what I always say to people that are not sure about starting something new in crochet. Follow the instructions step by step. Don't read ahead too much. Don't freak out. Do what it says. Be happy about that. Do the next bit it says. Do the next bit it says, and before you know it, you will be finished. Right. I don't think this is too cute, him biting on the yarn, so we're gently going to put that down. And I think I will resettle him, and I will come back to you in a moment or two with my crochet finished object. Good boy. Good boy. Get you settled. Get you settled. There. Well, he doesn't look like he's for settling, does he? I think he had a 2-3 minute cat nap and he's saying, this'll do me. So shall we show the people the shawl? Yes, we'll show the people the shawl. So I finished this just a couple of days ago and I haven't touched any ends, but I have finished my Hobbit advent calendar. I'm showing you the wrong way around. Shawl. Here it is. In all its glory. This was the last bit to finish down here. It's a parallelogram shape. I am really, really happy with how the colours have worked out. I think it works better with a shorter repeat of them as well. I think that's one of the reasons I like this more. And it doesn't look like a army camouflage net. That bit I'm very happy about. We got tickly tassels, so few ends need sewn in, clearly, and it needs blocked. We wash and a block. But wow, I am really, really happy with this. This was from, if you were watching my Vlogmas, the yarn was from Skein and the Stitch. And that's Jess at Skein and the Stitch, and it was a Hobbit theme. And it worked out really lovely. Although, not my first one. First up, I crocheted an army camouflage net. It was my own design, and it was a bit of a fail, which I didn't even notice until I finished it just a couple of days after Christmas. So I unravelled it bit by bit and just started crocheting up my new design, which I am so much happier with. And you guys in the comments here and on Instagram have been telling me you like it better as well, so I'm glad I went with that. It's funny how I couldn't see the wood for the trees, if you like, during Vlogmas. I was just so busy, head down in Vlogmas, and I didn't notice. So yeah, that's something to watch out for next year. This year, yeah, I'll definitely be doing Vlogmas again. I really enjoyed that. It was a huge boost to my channel as well. It helped me get over the 1k subscriber mark, so that was good, and it really increased my views. I am doing well with that too. So those were all the projects, I think. Yeah, that was it. So a fairly short episode this time. I haven't gone into too much detail. I am getting more sleep. A little life update. This one is doing much better overnight. We put him down just after 9. We're normally in bed ourselves by about 9:30. I've still got the 2 AM alarm. I'm hoping to move that to 2:30. I'll maybe do that tonight, move it to 2:30, because I think he'd manage that fine. And then he sleeps till 7 in the morning. So I think last time I spoke to you, he was only sleeping till 6:30. Now he's sleeping till 7. So that is a big improvement. And we're all getting much better sleep, aren't we, darling? Yeah. Yep, he's continuing to be a wee cracker. And even, for the first time, I managed to get a little bit crochet done with him curled up. He wasn't on my knee, he was right beside me though. And I managed to, once he'd gone to sleep, pull the crochet out and get a little bit done while he was in a deep sleep. So I think what I'm going to do with him is move him to his bed, let him have a proper sleep. I will go and start the editing and maybe get as far as the uploading before he wakes up and the crazies begin again. Future plans, I'm going to get back into my Battenberg blanket. That's been neglected for the last month. I don't think maybe a few squares, but other than that I did not touch it in January. And I will get back into that as a wee sort of palette cleanser now that I've finished the shawl. 2 shawls. Did I? I'm saying 2 shawls. I only showed you one, that's what's missing. I have another shawl. I think I buried it behind me. I knew I'd gone way too fast with this podcast and there was still something. Okay, I have another shawl. Another FO. Yeah, another puppy toy. And it is a gorgeous, long, thin triangle. That puppy has got its teeth wrapped around. Obviously, still a couple of ends. There's just two ends on it because it's all one colour. This is The Faithful Shawl by Lynn Rowe. I mentioned her earlier, so she wrote the sock knitting Bible. Not all the patterns in it are hers, but she put it together. And this is her pattern. It's called The Faithful Shawl. You can find it on Ravelry. I think that's where I got it. And on her website and probably on Etsy as well. And it's a really, really lovely pattern. It's a nice, mindful pattern. And it kind of inspired my Hobbit shawl as well. And it is in a wool silk blend. And the yarn is just dreamy. The drape on it is very tantalising for a puppy. The drape on it is lovely. It's not been blocked. I haven't sewn in those ends. I just finished it yesterday, in fact, on this one. I picked it up yesterday, finished it yesterday. So this one had been neglected since the end of November, I think. I started swatching for Vlogmas and I ditched this. And it was nearly finished at the time too. I should have just popped my head down and got it finished and it would have been done. However, first FO of the year, I think. No, I guess I finished the Hobbit one first. And then as soon as I'd done that, I needed something else crochet and I finished The Faithful Shawl. Can't remember who the yarn is by. I don't know if I still have the ball band. Don't remember. And I did buy it in Ba in Stonehaven. I remember that. So having a wee sniff. Yeah, I think that wool was all very exciting for a little puppy. So there, a fairly short episode. Yeah. You gonna say goodbye to your fans? Chewing my Lucian yaks. Yeah. There. Wild eye. Alright, darling, I think I'm going to pop you in your bed and hope that you go to sleep. You can say one last goodbye to people. One last goodbye, Lick. You can look at the camera. Gonna bite my ear. Oh, so goodbye everybody. Thank you for watching today. Let me know in the comments what you've been working on as you've been listening along, or have you been too distracted by this distracting little puppy to work on anything. Alright, I will catch you in a couple of weeks. Who knows what we'll get done in that time? Who knows? And what this one will be up to, whether he'll still sit on my knee like this, or whether those days are past until he calms down a little bit. We're just going to have to see. So I'll catch you all later. Thank you for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I'll be back with regular updates. I have not been posting any crochet tutorials lately, but I will be getting back into that. Maybe once my hands clear up a bit. I don't think anyone wants to see crochet videos with all the little bitey marks. He is getting better, but yes. Little bitey puppy teeth. Alrighty, I think I've said goodbye a few times. I'm feeling slightly ditzy this afternoon. For some reason. It's been lovely doing another podcast. I've really enjoyed catching up and sharing those things with you. I do enjoy it, and I'll go now and I'll get it all edited and put together. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to another podcast episode. I have Lachlan here with me, my wee co-host. Do you think he's grown since the last time? Here he is. Hold the phone, look. Ah, you're huge. Look. Look at the camera. There. Aww. Isn't he big? He's got his goose. We've got a goosey Lucy. Nope, you just want to run and play. I was hoping he might just go to sleep like the last time, although he's seen the little pile of wool at my side. Crazy puppy. Crazy puppy. So I've got him here at the beginning of the podcast and I'm hoping that he's just going to go to sleep. Today I have 3 finished objects. None of them have got ends sewn in, but you know, they're almost finished. And I have 2 whips. 2 2 whips, yeah. And yeah, I will show you them in a bit. I'll see if I can get this one to go to sleep. A little sleep. A little sleep. And if this doesn't work, I will have to shift rooms. Had enough. Okay, we'll catch you later.